Hello and welcome to the Renessa Rios podcast, Living Life with Purpose, Passion, and Love. I'm super excited to be coming to you today to be sharing one of my hot topics that I just finished coaching a wonderful client on this past week on dating real estate. And this is a really hot topic because people don't realize that you have real estate, you have something to offer, you are a prize, and you are someone that people are looking at in whether or not they want to be with you and so on in the dating world. But really, how do we look at the real estate of our mindset? And so I was coaching a client last week, and he was writing down in his coaching workbook that we provide from my Romance Success University all of the reasons why he feels dating is hard for him. Excuse me. So he had wrote down, he feels like sometimes he can be too old. I've had people write down they feel they're too young, they're too old, they're too skinny, they're too big, they're not pretty enough, they're not smart enough, they don't have enough money, they don't have enough assets, they don't dress the nicest, somebody else is going to want them. I mean, I hear every single excuse. So he had about 5 different excuses or reasons of why he felt that no one would want to date him in the dating world. Attractive man, sophisticated, smart, I would say sophisticated, smart, funny, outgoing, financially stable. He has his PhD in science. I mean, he's beyond smart in my world, really gets it. And good communicator, all of those great things, but still has this mindset that he's not wanted. And I kind of looked at him and I said, listen, you have this real estate in your mind, and your mind is neighborhoods that we look at from, your background to your present, to the future, your childhood, your college years, your work environment, your past relationships. There's all these kind of neighborhoods or files. I say neighborhoods in your mind, right? And so the real estate in your mind of wanting to open up the new opportunity to go down a new block, go down a new area, to find someone new. For those of you that are watching that are single, of course, you are in this place of wanting to create a new kind of neighborhood, a new block, a new chapter, a new community in your life that allows you to share and engage with people or with the person that you're most interested in. You're out there dating right now, maybe online dating with your matchmaker, going out to single events, whatever you are doing right now. You are in this place of taking up space of your real estate in your mind. Excuse me. So when we look at the real estate in your mind, if you are filled with all this doubt, confusion, limitations, and reasons why you cannot find love, your real estate stops. Like, you cannot grow. There's no way, like the gates are closed. You don't qualify, as what other real estate people would say. If you were to purchase a new home, you would have to qualify. So your credit would have to be good. You would have to have a certain amount of income that would be valuable to lenders to want to lend you money, banks. You would have to show a history of a background in making payments on time. You would have to have maybe a savings of what you could put down as a down payment. You would have all of these things in place if you were looking to buy a house. And most of the time, we buy multiple houses in our lives. We don't even, some of us grow into new homes, buy multiple real estate, invest, different condos, all these different opportunities that we look at in real estate. And well, how does that compare to dating? Well, it's actually quite similar. So in your mind, you also have qualifications that women or men are looking at to see if you qualify as a potential person they want to invest in, right? So what is your history, and or what are you where are you at now when it comes to like now your debt to income ratio, but really where do you have time for a relationship? How is dating a priority to you when it comes to what you have to offer or what you have in savings? Really looking at the qualities and the characteristics that you have, that somebody is going to want to enjoy a good sense of humor, somebody who loves doing activities, someone who enjoys great conversations, intimacy, affection, attention. You're a giver and a receiver. So all of these things kind of go into the qualifications of who you are to see if you qualify for a relationship. So if you don't qualify for a relationship, there's actually where you have to rent, or you're kind of in this place potentially that you are meeting people that don't necessarily take you seriously, or they're not long term, or you're seeing that there is not going to be a potential long investment with that particular person. So I know I'm kind of bringing two bridges, real estate and dating together, but maybe because I work with a lot of real estate, my husband's in real estate. I know when I was talking to this gentleman, we just really got into his limitations and where he was seeing himself at. And I said, we have to be able to see that these limitations aren't the most powerful thing, that we need to conquer them with other thoughts and other feelings that are more powerful for you. So, really looking at him as an individual so he can see his value. So when he feels, well, maybe I'm not what that person wants. Like he sees someone he's attracted to, or maybe you see someone that you're attracted to, and you get all these thoughts that come into your head. I'm going to get rejected, or, oh, he or she probably won't be attracted to me, or I probably don't have what that person has to offer. And so you're kind of in this place of really creating that doubt. All those voices are coming in your head. It's confusion. It's unclear. And so now you have to look at creating a powerful words to yourself that would conquer that. Right? And really that comes from knowing yourself. It's knowing who you are, knowing what you have to offer. Kind of like if you went into a bank and you knew your credit score was high, you knew you had $100,000 in the bank account, you knew you had a great, investment portfolio, you would know this bank's going to loan to me, but I only want to work with somebody who's going to give me a low interest rate or the best loan possible, right? So you're clear with what you have to offer. So when you're clear with what you have to offer as a person in dating, you can go and talk to somebody and really see if they qualify for you. So you may be talking to a nice woman that you're attracted to and then find out, she doesn't want children, or she doesn't value marriage, or maybe she just moved here and she's just here for a few weeks and she doesn't plan on staying. So all of a sudden she just moves into the doesn't qualify list. Oh, okay. So now we can start dating and kind of being a little bit more curious of who qualifies and who doesn't qualify. So we're kind of like going into banks and talking to them and being curious about what they have to offer. How many years am I going to have to pay on this loan? What are my interest rates going to be on this loan? All of these wonderful things. You would do that if you were searching for, people are buying $1 million homes and they're putting tons of research into this process. And when it comes to finding a partner, we're filled with doubt, confusion, frustration, thinking we're going to be rejected or the right person isn't out there. When all we really need to do is be curious and just research and find out about this person to see if they qualify or they don't qualify, or do I qualify for them? What if they're sitting there and they're looking for someone who's extremely religious and I'm not extremely religious, so I wouldn't qualify for them. I don't match what they're looking for, and vice versa. So as you are looking to qualify or to connect and share and be curious, your real estate, what's in your mind of what you have to offer, has to be very clear. It has to be in a place that you really do know what you have to offer in a relationship. You might need to grow in this area. You might need to see if you are if this is an area that you can communicate very effortlessly, and I coach a lot of men and women in dating and how they express themselves, because so many of us don't realize that the power of our stories, the power of what we bring to the table is our real estate. It is our offering. It is our quality. It is what qualifies us. When somebody is talking to you and you say, you know, I really enjoy doing this, or I really love kayaking, or I love nature because, and you share the becauses of why it's important to you, those stories qualify you for that person to go, wow, I also enjoy nature the same way you do, instead of just saying, oh, I like hiking. But because you shared that because, that person goes, hey, I love the same thing like you do. I love nature. I love doing picnic walks. I love being out watching the sunset. And, you know, being able to just get out of the office. I mean, there's so much involved when it comes to nature and hiking, or going for day trips to new locations, or kayaking, or getting out and seeing theater and opera and music and dining. There's so much that when you describe what you enjoy doing, and you shared your because, I enjoy this because, and it can be anything, you know, from maybe you're inspired because, you know, you love music, you used to play an instrument, or because you love to be able to hear all the different notes, or whatever the case may be, but you just share your because. Your become becomes a qualification for you to really connect with that person. And then you have all these wonderful becauses, and your real estate value becomes a lot higher because you're clear with what you have to offer. So imagine if you were like the house and you're the multi-million-dollar house, you would know what you enjoy doing. You would know what you enjoy offering. You would know you're the house with the view. You're the house with all the nice bathrooms, or the nice fixtures, or the updated kitchen, or you're with the 5-car garage, or with the wine cellar. You would know why you would be of high value in that area. Well, same exact thing when it comes to relationships. Why would you be of high value? Because you know what you have to offer, and you're also open to experiencing new things. So you're not kind of closed-minded. So if somebody says, oh, I enjoy traveling, one of my best places is Asia because, and they share maybe they enjoy volunteering in Asia, maybe they're part of a lot of big nonprofits that help with a lot of the, you know, sex trafficking or different things that are going on out there, and you become interested in that, it brings high value. Maybe you've never been to Asia. Maybe you have no clue about these nonprofits that operate and help women out there. But all of a sudden you're inspired by that, and then you can then see that you're connected, and because of that story, you may want to join in and participate in what that person has to offer. Again, creating high value, and then it creates this great connection of quality and qualifying, right? Because you're seeing like, gosh, this person's caring. They give back to the community. They have a worldwide mindset. They really see that they're generous. I mean, there's so much that comes out of just sharing your one or two stories, many stories. Whenever I coach my clients, we have our top 25 different reasons why someone would like you. And you're qualifying. So it's not just you sharing what you enjoy doing, but it's also being able to be sure that the person that you're talking to qualifies for what you want in your life. So if you're expressing nature, you're expressing going out and music, and you're expressing travel, and this person says, I would never get on a plane. I hate loud music. I don't like walking. I just like to be in the gym. I don't like nature. Then guess what? They're not a match for you. And don't try to change yourself into someone who you're not supposed to be with. That's a lot of red flags right there. So all of this of what I'm sharing here, just take a moment just to really gaze into, how am I being clear in what I have to offer? What is it that I share and I have because stories? Because your mind real estate, if you are stuck in confusion or doubt, then you can't move on. You don't qualify. You're stuck in this place. And those thoughts are going to have so much power over you, that when it comes to finding someone, those thoughts will hold you back. They will keep you in the house. They will keep your conversation very limited. They will keep you from finding someone that really can love you, because you're clear with how you qualify and how someone qualifies into your life. And this real estate and this mindset is priceless. It's way more valuable than a house. Houses can burn down. You can sell them, you can buy them, you can invest in them, you can rent them. But when you look at yourself as being your prime real estate, your mind is your owning this property that you have, these thoughts, these feelings, these emotions. This is huge for you to just sit back and go, what do I offer in a relationship? Why are these things important to me? And how am I sharing them when I meet someone new? And am I sharing them with somebody that I meet that's new? Or am I just asking a lot of questions and not really being clear about who I am? And am I afraid of something? Am I afraid if I share this, I might get that they don't like that? Am I afraid that if I talk about, why I love my job, that person might think that I'm being stuck up or conceited? And so if you can become clear with that, which actually people love to hear what you enjoy about your job, it's a great, great avenue and asset to have, because it shows that you have passion and joy with what you do with your life. I mean, you're working 8 to 10 hours sometimes a day. So it's important to see that you enjoy that. So really taking into account with your mind, your thoughts, your feelings, is it all being held into this small box or this small area in your mind where you're not really sharing who you are? And I talk about this as skeleton dating. And skeleton dating means that you only share about 20% of who you are on a date, and 80% you withhold. So you don't really talk about a lot of interesting things about your past, maybe places you've traveled to, things that you've done, things you've experienced, positive, what you've overcome in maybe in school, or deciding what you're going to do for a living, or how you discovered your profession, maybe even mentors or people that have helped you along the way, things that just really open up the person that you are. That's extremely important to share. Like, women and men love to hear these details about the person they're on a date with. Most people share what I call like 20%. A skeleton date is just a few facts about who they are. They kind of talk very general about what they do for fun. They may share some things of how they moved here, share some things about their job, share some things about some activities they're involved in. But it's a real kind of short date. There's not much emotion that's attached to that. There's not much growth. There's not much vulnerability of really being able to share who you are, what you enjoy, and then inviting that person into that life. So I try to get around this skeleton dating process when I work with my singles that I coach, by really offering the opportunity for you to really know what you have to offer, really understanding that you are a prize, and that there's an unwrapping of that prize, and how we unwrap that with conversation and stories, and your smile and your body language are huge for women to really feel, and for men to really feel like they can connect with you. So really check your real estate, really see how you are diving into skeleton dating or engaging dating. Where your dates are engaging, they're connective, they're expressive, they're funny, they're joyful, and that's a real big way to connect on that. And if you do need some coaching around how you are showing up on your dates, please reach out to me at matchdatelove.com. I would love to give you a 30-minute session just to be able to see if this is something that would work for you, and be able to create your top 25 on what's important about you when you date, and really support you in your dating life. This is huge, 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 especially if you have anything that is holding you back, any fear, any doubt. You might not be the thinnest. You might not be the tallest. You might not be the skinniest. You might not be the youngest. You might not be the oldest. Might not be the most financially stable person. Believe me, when I was dating, people would say, Vanessa, you're too loud for me. Oh, okay. Well, I can't change being loud. I'm always going to be loud. I mean, I get paid to speak and do all those things at my singles events. So I've created a loud personality. Plus, it's natural for me. I've had people say, I'm not interested in dating Mexicans. okay, I mean, I didn't qualify for what they wanted. I've had people say, Renessa, you talk too much. Okay, no problem. I can't change that. I'm not going to be quiet. And when I do be quiet, it's probably not going to be for long. So, we're not meant for everybody. So instead of letting our fears hold us back, and instead of letting our thoughts and doubts and confusion and fear of rejection hold us back, you got to get out there. You got to say hello. You got to be curious and see if they qualify and if you qualify. You have to be clear with what you have to offer for a relationship, that you're not sabotaging your love life because you're unclear about who you are and what you have to offer for your next relationship, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, sexually, the whole 9 yards. You have to be prepared for this, because as you're prepared and as you're connecting, you're going to be really clear when you see somebody who does start to match everything you want. They do line up with what you want in your love life. So that's really, really big in that place. So just to kind of wrap up our skeleton dating, real estate mindset, for all of you that have bought a house, I'm sure this rings a bell with you. For those of you that are looking or open to that, that's also, I'm sure, something to just keep in mind, that you are an investment and the person you're going to be dating is also an investment. And we want to return on that investment. The last thing we want to do is get involved with the relationship where we're the person that's always giving and the person is just always receiving and they don't give back to us. Or we're the ones that are always planning everything and the other person just, waits till we plan something. They don't really initiate anything. Or we want affection and touching and kissing and the other person, that's not a priority to them. Or when it comes to sharing family and values and learning and growing, they say they don't need, that's not important to them either. Or family or goals or passions. You really do want to know that as you're investing into this relationship with your mind, your presence, your body, your spirit, your the whole 9 yards financially, that person's going to be able to give back to you, right? Last thing you want to do is buy a house and then it falls apart. Pipes are all bad. You can't take a shower. You can't use the kitchen. You can't close the garage when everything's broken. Well, the same thing with the relationship. The last thing you want to do is get into a relationship without truly qualifying or connecting with that person to see, does this person match you? Or am I getting involved with people way too soon and I'm not really finding out what they have to offer if they even match me? You wouldn't do it in real estate. You wouldn't. You would drive around the neighborhood, you would look around, you would check to see if there's an area that person matches you. You would make sure that, what's the school district like in this area? You would maybe, you would check this person's education. You would see their mindset on purpose, on passion and goals and family. You would do all of those things. Same thing you would do if you're looking for a place to buy. You would check all these things out. So I look at that and go, take your dating life up a notch. Don't look at it in this fearful place. Still look at it as fun and engaging for each person that you meet to be curious with. But at the same time, really take into effect that this is an investment and you're an investment. So really knowing what you have to offer is very important. And then being able to share that and market that with the different people that you connect with by stories. And then making sure that it's open and vulnerable and inviting. So that way you can get better results with people that you're attracted to and not be skeleton dating. That's another big one. We don't want any skeleton dating, only sharing a small part of who you are on your dates. All right, so that's my podcast for today. Lots of information, lots of thinking, lots of things to go through. Check me out on Facebook at Renessa Rios, Twitter, Renessa Rios, matchdatelove.com is my website. I'd love to connect with you. I would love to help you. Please reach out to me if you have any dating or relationship questions, romantic questions, anything that's on your heart. I'm here to support you. And remember that you can find and have a loving and healthy relationship, that it is there for you with the right person, but you are truly going to have to know who you are and what you have to offer to create that. So all my love and hugs to you. Keep searching and keep connecting for love, and stay tuned for my podcast next week.